Yes, please. Microphone.
Assalamu alaikum.
One sound.
Please.
Lift it. Either you bend down or lift this to your height.
Okay.
You can see it. वीडियो के लिए
लेकिन वो भी इस्तेमाल हो रहा है
हाँ वो ठीक है सॉरी इनके लिए एक और पब्लिक एड्रेस वाला है
Yes. In Nigeria we have different type of sections like Ahmadiyya, Nawaruddin, and Saruddin.
Right.
And most of us we don't know the difference. Please, if you can tell us.
You can translate this question in your language first. In this.
Sallu ala Nabi al-Karim. Nǹkan tí Alhaji Abdulsalam Shomi béèrè ni pé ní ìlú wa Nàìjíríà a rí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan tí wọ́n pè wọ́n ní Nawaruddin, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan wà wọ́n ń jẹ́ Ansaruddin, àwọn kan wà wọ́n pè wọ́n ní Nusaraudin, àwọn kan wà wọ́n pè wọ́n ní Ahmadiyya, àwọn kan wà wọ́n pè Jamaatul Islamiyya. Pé kí ni ìyàtọ̀ wọn láàrin ra wọn síra wọn?
That's right. Thank you. You can keep sitting.
Yes, sir.
Please. This is a very important question which gives me this opportunity to explain the differences between Ahmadiyya Jamaat and other religious Jamaats, which are so many in the world, not only in Nigeria, but the whole world is abounding in so many sects and calls. One thing which is common to all of them is that they say, truth is with us, the rest are without truth. Come to us and you will get falah. You will receive Allah's pleasure and grace and bounties. Leave us and, as they say, go to that place. This is the common call made by various sects and their leaders. It leaves the Muslim Ummah very much confused. The poor people, the common men, who don't know much about the Quran or the Sunnah or the meaning, deeper meaning of these things, they cannot decide which way to go. There are more than 72 roads. Each one standing at the head of the road claims, if you want to reach your destiny, come and follow this road. If you go to the others, you'll be destroyed. So how can we determine which road is right and which wrong? This is the question which I am going to address after this has been translated. This mic.
Nǹkan tí wọ́n bá a sọ ni pé bí oníkálukú wa bá ti ṣe gba ẹ̀sìn wa ìkan náà ni, àmọ́ bó oníkálukú ti ṣe ń lo ẹ̀sìn rẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Gbogbo ọkùnrin ní jẹ́ ọkọ ìyàwó, àmọ́ bó oníkálukú ti ṣe ń ṣe nílé ìyàwó rẹ̀ ó yàtọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Al-Qur'ani ni gbogbo wa jọ gbàgbọ́, àti Ansaruddin àti Nawaruddin àti Ahmadiyya àti Nusaraudin àti Jamaatul Islamiyya. Àmọ́ àwọn apá kan yóò máa sọ pé báyìí ni ojú ọ̀nà tọ́lọ́hun wọn bá rí, àwọn apá kan á ní bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe rí. Ìyẹn ló fa sábàbí tí ọjọ́ Iléyá kì í fi papọ̀, ló fa sábàbí tí ọjọ́ ààwẹ̀ kì í fi papọ̀. Ìdùdù àyà olòmíì yóò máa ṣe tiẹ̀ ńjọ́ Monday, olòmíì á ṣe tiẹ̀ ńjọ́ Tuesday. Ààwẹ̀ Ramadan olòmíì yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ tiẹ̀ níjọ́ Saturday, olòmíì yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ tiẹ̀ níjọ́ Sunday. A kì í fi ẹnu kò síbì kan pé ìkan ṣoṣo náà ni.
This is a question which was addressed to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam about 1400 years ago in a different form. And this is a question which he answered most satisfactorily for all the people, literate or illiterate, great scholars or religious or simple common run of the people. He answered this question so beautifully with such deep wisdom that when I tell you about the question and the answer, you will be astounded, and from the depth of your heart, you will say, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. What a beautiful, what a wonderful prophet he was.
wọ́n ní irú ìbéèrè yìí ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tí ànábì wa Muhammad wà láyé àti pé nígbà tí ànábì ti kú nísìnyí ó ń lọ bí 40 ọdún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rún tí ànábì ti papòdà nísìnyí so síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ náà irú àwọn ìbéèrè yìí náà òun náà ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ àmọ́ nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ ànábì wa Muhammad gbogbo wa ló là máa pé sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam kọ́lọ́ ń bá wa kẹ́ kọ́lọ́ ń bá wa gẹ̀ àgbà ànábì gbọ́ lóòótọ́ àmọ́ ṣé nǹkan tí ànábì ní kí a ṣe ṣé bí wọ́n ti ṣe ní kí a ṣe ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni gbogbo wa ṣe ń ṣe.
The question was, once Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told his companions that as the Jewish Ummah had got divided into 72 sects before us, so my Ummah also will be divided into 72 sects. Then there would be a 73rd Jama'ah. Kulluhum fin nari illa wahida. All of them will be hellbound except one Jama'ah. The companions were astounded. They were afraid. They were overawed with this information. Because when such a time would come, they thought, how shall we know? Out of the 72, there is another added 73rd. And only one is going to heaven and all 72 are going to hell? So how could we know? This was the question.
So, bàbá ní nígbà tí ànábì wa Muhammad ti wà láyé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí ànábì ti sọ kalẹ̀ àti ìtàwọn àléfà ànábì tí wọ́n gbọ́ lẹ́nu ànábì tí wọ́n sọ táǹpẹ̀ ní hadith torí hadith míì wà ànábì ló sọ wọn á ní kálá Rasulullah hadith míì wà wọ́n gbọ́ lẹ́nu ànábì ni wọ́n nígbà tí ànábì papòdà tán wọ́n wá sọ wípé tó bá dijọ́ ìgbéǹde wọ́n ó to ìlà 70 àti méjì ìlà tó jẹ́ 72 lines àmọ́ nínú 72 lines 70 àti méjì yẹn ìlà kan ṣo ló máa wọ àlùjánnà àwọn tó kù iná ni wọ́n máa wọ̀ bàbá wa ń bi wá léèrè pé báwo la ti ṣe máa mọ ẹni tó fẹ́ wọ iná nínú àwọn 72 yẹn àbí nínú 73 kó wá jẹ́ pé nìkan ṣo ló máa wọ àlùjánnà 72 tó kù yẹn ń kọ́ ṣé nù náà fẹ́ lọ ni inú àwọn wo ni 72 ṣé nù tèmi ni àbí nù tiyín inú àwọn wo ni sí wà lórí ẹ̀yẹn ṣé nù tiyín ni àbí nù tèmi.
That's right. When this question was addressed to Hazrat Aqdas Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't hesitate to answer. Immediately, without waiting, he said, "This is no question. It's so simple." This is not the words which he used. He used the words, if you want to recognize that sect, which will be the 73rd Jama'ah, recognize him by this sign. Ma ana alayhi wa ashabi. That Jama'ah would be recognized by what would happen to them. And you can recognize the signs of what is happening to them by looking at me and my companions. So the state in which you find them today, you know how they are treated. What is happening to them here in this world. If similar things happen to one Jama'ah later on in time, if they suffered through same persecution and trials for the sake of Allah, then they would be the heaven-bound people, and those who will bring these problems, create such problems for them, they are the hell-bound. That was implied in this answer. So the answer is, recognize that sect by what happens to them. If things happen to them which have happened to me and my companions, that sect is bound to be true, because no false sect can be like me and my followers. This is the answer.
wọ́n ní ìgbà tí wọ́n bi ànábì náà léèrè sallallahu alaihi wasallam èsì gan tí ànábì náà wá fi ni wípé oníkálukú ni yóò mọ bí ó ti ṣe kó tó lè jẹ́ ẹni àlìjánnà àmọ́ ọ̀nà mẹ́ta ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ńlèèyàn lè ṣe kó tó jẹ́ ní àlìjánnà àwọn ẹni tó máa jẹ́ ní àlìjánnà lẹni tó máa wà nínú ìlà kan ṣo tá a wí náà òun náà ni òtítọ́ òdodo àti ìfi olórí fún olórí láti lè mú aṣíwájú fún aṣíwájú ká dẹ̀ ṣe òtítọ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn wa ká dẹ̀ ṣe òdodo pẹ̀lú rẹ̀ wọ́n ní bí ìyẹn ti ṣe rí nìyẹn.
Now you all know what happened to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers. I'll count. When they said kalima, la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, they were beaten, they were dragged in the streets of Mecca. Many of them were killed just for the crime that they had declared there is no God but one and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his prophet. Is that right or wrong? Right. This is what happened to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah and his followers, correct?
Yes.
Then the Holy Quran says, when they attempted to worship God, they were prevented from doing it. Mosques were destroyed. Man azlamu mimman mana masajidillahi an yuskara fiha wa sa'a fi kharabiha. This is what happened to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers. Right or wrong?
Right.
He and his followers were prevented from saying kalima. He and his followers were prevented from saying salat. He and his followers were prevented from building mosques and frequenting them. Again, he and his followers were stopped from saying Hajj. When they went to perform Hajj at the place of Hudaybiyah, they were forcibly stopped by sword brandishing kuffar Makkah, who said, we will not permit you to say Umrah or Hajj because you are infidels, you are not worthy of that place. Is that right or wrong? Right. And when they called themselves Muslims, they were beaten up. And they were told, you are not Muslims, you are Sabis. They named themselves Muslims under the orders of Allah. And those who disagreed with them, they said, you do not have a right to call yourself Muslims. Call yourself Sabi, anything but Muslim. Right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. Now when there are so many sects, Nasrul Islam and Anwaruddin and this and that, so many, difficult for ordinary man to count. Tell me, give me the name of a single sect who was prevented by other Muslims from saying kalima, from saying namaz, from building mosques, from saying Hajj, and from calling themselves Muslims. Can you remember any single sect in Islam who was prevented from doing all these things? No. You don't remember. You don't know. So how could they be similar to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah? Yet there is one Jama'ah, I inform you, which is Jamaat Ahmadiyya. In Pakistan, in some other countries, legally they were prevented from saying kalima, from saying salat, from building mosques. Saudi Arabia prevented them from saying Hajj. And they are prevented by law from calling themselves Muslims. All these signs of the truth of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah got fulfilled in one package deal in the case of the Jamaat Ahmadiyya. A great prophecy has come true. Fascinating thing has happened in the world. Why don't you take note of this? In the last 1400 years of Islam, this never happened to any other sect. So what other signs do you want? How can a sect forcibly make these prophecies apply to him or himself? Itself. Sects cannot. create such a thing by conspiracy. It is Allah's will which has got fulfilled. This is the first sign of truth of Jamaat Ahmadiyya, that we are the only Jamaat in the world in which the great prophecy of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah got fulfilled. And that prophecy was that as I am treated today, they will be treated. Please.
wọ́n ní níbi nǹkan ọgọ́rùn-ún ọdún sẹ́yìn níwọ̀n bá ṣókí nǹkan tí kò ṣẹlẹ̀ ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo wa náà rí wípé àwọn ará mọ́kà táǹkì wọn ní arab nǹkan tí wọ́n gbàgbọ́ ni pé kóníkàlùkù wá ṣe hajj lọ́dọ̀ wọn ò mọ̀jú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ìdá hajj náà ni wọ́n ní nǹkan méjì hajj lọ kódà ẹ̀mí nínú wọn kì í kírun wákàtí 5 tí ó máa pé láwọn ará mọ́kà gan fúnra wọn àwa tá a gba ẹ̀sìn lọ́wọ́ àwa ará mọ́kà tí àṣùbà bá dé táǹpẹ̀ ní súpìrì àákì tí zúrì bá dé àákì tí asiri bá dé àákì tí mọ́gírì bá dé àákì tí ṣáà bá dé àákì àwọn kò ń ráyè yẹn kódà bọ́ bá ti ṣe sàlámù àlékún kò sẹ́ni ráyè tẹ́síbíù láti ṣe subhanallah alhamdulillah ẹ̀rí pé oníkálukú wọn ọ̀ ń lọ ni kò sẹ́ni tó lẹ́yìn astaghfirullah oníkálukú wọn ọ̀ ń lọ ni àwa tá a gba ẹ̀sìn lọ́wọ́ wọn á di ẹ̀sìn mú jù wọ́n lọ àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn wọ́n wá ní gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yà ẹ̀sìn tó kù tí àwọn dárúkọ ẹ̀ yẹn bíi noharudin náà ni ansarudin náà ni àti àwọn gbogbo àwọn tó kù yẹn iṣẹ́ wa kò bára wa mu òun ni kò jẹ́ kí ẹ̀sìn wa kó jẹ́ kan náà wájú Ọlọ́run.
Now when you go back to your countries, or in this case it's Nigeria, when you go return to home, you can try this yourself and witness yourself the truth of what I am telling you. Go to other Muslim scholars who do not believe in the truth of Ahmadiyyat. Great scholars, they learn so much of Islam. They are imams of the mosque and big areas. If you go to them and ask them, what do you think these Ahmadis are? Are they Muslims? Are they true or wrong? The answer would be, oh, they are false people. They are not Muslims. If you ask them, they call themselves Muslims. They will tell you, no, they have no right to call themselves Muslims. Call them by any other name. Then you tell them, they say kalima. They say they have been prevented. What right have they got? The Muslim Ummah has stopped them saying kalima. Okay, that is also right. They say, yes, it's true. Then you'll say, they still say they are Muslims. The answer will be, how can they call themselves Muslim? Saudi Arabia has stopped their Hajj. They can't go to Hajj. Is that so? Okay, what next? Say they cannot build mosques. They have been prevented from saying prayer like Muslims. When they tell you this story, then you turn back to that Imam and ask him, did this not happen, all this, to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah and his followers? Tell us. Be brave now. You are telling us that all these things happened to Ahmadiyya Jamaat. You have got committed yourself. Now answer us. Did all these things not happen to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah and his followers? They have no answer but to say yes, yes, yes. All this happened to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah. Then you should turn back and say, was he false? When all these things happened to him, was he right or wrong? They have to admit that he was right. So then tell them, a great prophecy, alhamdulillah, has come true, because this is what he predicted. What is happening to me today will happen one day to that 73rd Jama'ah who will be from God, who will be heaven bound and not hell bound.
wọ́n ní àpapọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ni pé ní ilẹ̀ mọ́kà ẹ rí wípé àwọn arab wọ́n gba gbogbo ìjọ tó kù láyè láti máa wá sí mọ́kà láti máa wá ṣe hajj àmọ́ tó bá ti gbọ́ pé lágbájá Ahmadiyya ni wọ́n á ní rárá kí wọ́n má wá sí Mọ́kà wọ́n ní kí ni ìdí eléyìí gbogbo àdèjọ́ ń jẹ́ ọmọ ìyá kan náà Ansarudeen ń lọ Nuwarudeen ń lọ Sumratu Mu'min ń lọ Sumratu Hujaj ń lọ gbogbo àdèjọ́ ń ṣe la ilaha illallah Muhammadu Rasulullah ọmọ ìyá kan náà ni gbogbo àjọ ń jẹ́ kí ni wàá fa ti Ahmadiyya tó máa pé má wà nígbà tó jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run náà ló ń sìn Ànábì Muhammadu náà ló wá tẹ̀lé.
So that is one difference between us and the rest of the Muslim sects. None of them is tried as we have been tried. In the same way as Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers were tried. The second thing is why it is happening to us. Why should all the sects of Islam suddenly go mad, sort of, and turn against us? There has to be some reason. This is the genuine question. When this is translated, then I'll answer it. Yes. Translate it first, the question.
wọ́n ní nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé nígbà tí àwọn Islam tó wà nílẹ̀ Mọ́kà tí wọ́n rí sọ sí nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárín àwọn Arab pẹ̀lú àwọn Arab míì tí wọ́n wí pé Ahmadiyya wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ wá sí Mọ́kà tí wọ́n bá ti wá sí Mọ́kà ńkọ́ kí wọ́n máa ìjà náà ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárín ara wọn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Ahmadiyya ò ní nǹkan kan ju la ilaha illallah àti Muhammadu Rasulullah náà lọ bákan náà lájọ ń kírun àjọ ń gbààwẹ̀ ni àjọ ń yan zakati ni gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ́wọ́ ọba ní ká ṣe náà lájọ ń ṣe wọ́n ní ṣé ìkórìíra ló wà ń bẹ̀ ni nínú ìjọ wo ni ká wá kà wá sí ṣé náà wọn 72 yẹn náà ni àbí náà wọn ìkan ọṣọ torí ẹ̀ nínú wo ni tiwọn nínú wo ni tiwa wọ́n ní béèrè táwọn béèrè yẹn wọ́n ní káwa náà dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà.
You see, the reason is simply this. Anyone who comes from God, he is opposed by the worldly people. Religious leaders who do not come from God, nobody cares for them. They are honored, they are garlanded, they are flowers are showered upon them. Gates are built for their honor. But if anyone comes from God, the world cannot tolerate it. They must always punish such a man. That was the only reason why Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah was treated with such disgrace at the hands of the society. So what has happened now in the recent past, that one community has suddenly emerged as a community most persecuted, most hunted community in the world of Islam. If you see the signs behind, you will find that somebody has come from God. That is the only reason why it is happening to the Ahmadiyya.
wọ́n ní ẹnikẹ́ni tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ó ti ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wá tọ́lọ́run ọba yàn ní àyànfẹ́ kò sí nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe wọ́n ní nítorí ẹ̀ náà ni Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam bí ẹ̀ náà ti ṣe wá gbogbo wa náà rí wàhálà tí Ànábì náà rí gbogbo wa rí nǹkan tójú ẹ̀ rí síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ náà Ọlọ́run ṣàkóyọ ni wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run ọba bá ti gbé yọ tá a fẹ́ lé pé ó jẹ́ man of God ẹni Ọlọ́run náà làwọn máa pè é oríṣiríṣi wàhálà náà ni yóò máa rí yóò máa gbọ́tọ̀dọ̀ èèyàn yóò máa gbọ́tọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀tá yóò máa gbọ́tọ̀dọ̀ ẹbí yóò máa gbọ́tọ̀dọ̀ ọjọ́ oríṣiríṣi náà ni àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ òun gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe tọ́lọ́run lọ́n tiẹ̀ ni.
So what has happened is this, that Imam Mahdi, who was promised by Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has come. And those who have accepted him, they have been targeted by those who do not accept him. A man of God has appeared, the one which was promised by Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. He has come, and as it always happens, when a man of God comes, people join hands together to oppose him tooth and nail. So he is the Mahdi. I swear to God, and God is witness to me. Look at the picture, that picture over there. He is the one who was sent by God 100 years ago. He was the one who was commissioned by God to declare to the world that he is the Mahdi who is raised to give a new life and new impetus to Islam. Not to bring a new faith, but to revive and give new impetus to the deen of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah and to make it victorious over all other faiths, to fulfill the prophecy لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ.
Allahu Akbar. Wọ́n ní nígbà tí ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tó ti wà láyé tó dẹ̀ sọ wípé ńkọ́ ńgbà tó bá yá tóun bá papòdà ńkọ́ o òun ò ní tán àmọ́ àwọn ẹni ọlọ́run yóò ṣì máa ṣẹ́kù tá à ń pè ní wùlàfáì. Wọ́n ní ẹni tí ó dé náà ní jẹ́ Mahdi. Wọ́n náà ní arákùnrin tí à ń wo fọ́tò rẹ̀ yìí kí gbogbo wa náà wò ó. Wọ́n lòun ní Mahdi. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó mú wá kò yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tí ọlọ́run ọba ní kí ànábì Muhammad mú wá. Kò ní bíbélì tirẹ̀, kò ní àlùkùránì tirẹ̀, kò ní ìwé kan tirẹ̀. Nǹkan tí ọlọ́run ọba sọ fún ànábì wa Muhammad òun náà ló tẹ̀lé. Àlùkùránì tí ànábì Muhammad mú wá òun náà ní Mahdi náà tẹ̀lé. Òun náà ló dẹ̀ ń kà fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn. Òun náà ló sì ń gbà lẹ́nu ọlọ́run fúnra ẹ̀. Òun náà ló dẹ̀ ń wí fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ jọ̀mọ́. Wọ́n ní kì í ṣe pé ó yapa, ó ní kán kírun, ó ń gba àwẹ̀, ó ń yan sàká, ó ń ṣe lẹ́kṣọ̀, ó ń tọ́jú ẹbí, ó ń tọ́jú ọ̀rẹ́. Wọ́n ní kí ló wáá fa ìyapa láàrin ara wa síra wa. Wọ́n láwọn tó búra pé ẹni tí ń jẹ́ Mahdi òun náà ni ẹni tí ó wà ń kalẹ̀ yìí.
You may ask, what are the signs of his truth? One sign of his truth I have already told you. Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's prophecy about the Jamaat, which will be heaven bound, has got fulfilled in the case of Jamaat Ahmadiyya as clearly as the sun rises. No one on earth can deny this, that whatever was done to Muhammad Rasulullah and his followers is being done today to the followers of the Imam Mahdi, whose picture you see over there. Prophecy has got fulfilled, but there are others. When he claimed to be from God, when he claimed to be Imam Mahdi, the whole world rejected him. The Christians, Hindus, Sikhs, Muslims, all together. They said, liar, liar, liar. Nobody has spoken to anyone. He's an impostor. He claims to be from God, but we reject him. This is what always happens. No surprise. But what followed was was really something really surprising. When he was rejected, God told him that I sent a warner to the world. The people have rejected him, but God will not reject him.
Allahu Akbar.
And will show his powerful signs to the world. And then God spoke to him and said, they say they will stop your message from spreading. I promise you that I will carry your message to the corners of the earth. This claim was made by a single man 100 years ago. And today Ahmadiyya Jamaat has spread over 140 countries of the world.
Yes.
Today you can hardly name a country where there are not witnesses to his truth. How did it happen? How could a false man, liar, bring about this revolution? Go to Nigeria and then you will see what I'm telling you. Hundreds of thousands of Nigerians have accepted him as true Mahdi. Who made them do it?
God.
It is God. Nobody else can do it. So despite the opposition, despite the fanatic opposition by the others, Ahmadiyyat is spreading wider and wider and faster and faster. Only recently, during the annual conference we held here in London, Ahmadiyya message was televised to the whole world. It always is televised to the whole world every week on Friday.
Yes.
But I'll come to that after the translation is done.
Wọ́n ní Mahdi, Máàmù Mahdi tí ó kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ aṣíwájú yìí. Wọ́n ní gbogbo nǹkan tí ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ táwọn ti ń wí pé ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ náà. Wọ́n ní ó fi tẹ̀lé tànábì wa Muhammad ni. wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tí ó bá dẹ̀ ti jẹ́ òjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run kò gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rù. Wọ́n ní gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ kalẹ̀ nǹkan tọ́lọ́run ọba ní kànábì sọ náà ló sọ. Wọ́n ní gbogbo òlù tí ẹ wá rí nísìn láti bí nǹkan 100 ọdún 100 years nísìn wọ́n ní Ọlọ́run ti gba ààyè fún Mahdi náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ. Wọ́n ní kò wá ní sí ìlú tẹ́ máa dé tí ẹ̀ ní rí àwọn ìjọ Ahmadiyya náà. Wọ́n ní conference tàtẹ̀ ṣe kọjá yìí wọ́n ní gbogbo àgbáyé ni wọ́n televise ẹ̀ tí wọ́n dẹ̀ rí nínú tẹlifíṣọ̀n pépà gbé déjì síta rédíò náà gbé síta. Ẹni tọ́lọ́run ọba bá fẹ́ fi hàn bó wà nínú kọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run á fi hàn, ẹni tọ́lọ́run ọba bá fẹ́ fi pamọ́ bó gbèrè síta nú gíláàsì báyìí wọn kúkú ní rí kọ́lọ́run kó fi àwa ṣe àfihàn.
You see, this also was a prophecy made by Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before telling you that prophecy, how it came to be fulfilled, I remind you that during Jalsa Salana this year, annual conference here, through television, the whole world saw the proof of the promise fulfilled in his favor by God. More than 200,000 people from all over the world got initiated into Ahmadiyyat at my hand in one single day.
Allahu Akbar.
The whole world saw them speaking their languages through television. Different languages they could not understand. But they saw them joining Ahmadiyyat in the 200,000 people. It is an army, full army joining. Yes. This is a prophecy of the Holy Quran fulfilled. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. More than 200,000 people. Was that not an army? Show me another incident in the history where 200,000 people joined Islam together at one hand.
Allahu Akbar.
And still you are looking for signs? But this television program is in itself a prophecy which has got fulfilled. It was predicted that by some Muslim holy people hundreds of years ago, that when Imam Mahdi would come, a very strange thing will happen. A miracle will take place. A follower of Imam Mahdi will announce to the whole world the truth of that Imam. And he will be seen and heard throughout the world. He will be seen as if he is with them, while he will be thousands of miles away from them. He will be seen and heard in the east as well as in the west. Now this prophecy, no human being could have made it because there was no radio, no television, no such thing. No false person could even dream of such a thing. But divines, awliyaullah in Islam, were told by Allah that is going to be a sign of the truth of Mahdi, that a servant of his would stand up and announce to the world the truth of that name. And he will be seen and heard thousands of miles away, both in the east and in the west. The whole world will see it. And that is what happened. Not only once. It happens every Friday. Wherever you are in the world, even if you are in the north of Nigeria or south of Nigeria or wherever you are.
In Africa.
Every Friday, not only in Africa, in America, in China, in Japan, you hear and see me announce the truth of Imam Mahdi. So a prophecy which has not got fulfilled only once. Every week of the year it is being fulfilled. And I promise you, a time is going to come when every day this prophecy will be fulfilled.
Allahu Akbar. So, wọ́n ní àpèjúwe conference tí wọ́n ṣe kọjá yìí, wọ́n láwọn tí wọ́n gba ìjọ Ahmadiyya, wọ́n ná lé 2,000 ẹgbẹ̀rún méjì ènìyàn tí wọ́n wọnú Ahmadiyya. Wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run kò ní í ṣe kó má ṣe nígbà tí Ọlọ́run ti sọ fún Ànábì wa Muhammad nínú alukuran pé isa jaha nasirullahi wal fatahu ìwọ anabi muhammad nígbà tí àránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run bá dé wàrẹ́ta naza yadkhuluna fi dinillahi afwaja ìrẹ́ anabi ó máa rí àwọn ènìyàn tí ó máa wọ ìjọ ẹ̀sìn ọlọ́run níjọ fasabbih bihamdi rabbika wastaghfirhu innahu kana tawwaba ìrẹsẹ̀ máa ṣe àfọ̀mọ́ fún ọlọ́run rẹ kó sì máa ṣe ọpẹ́ kó sì máa wá túbá nítorí ọlọ́run ọba ní ìgbà túbá. wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá jẹ́ wípé ó ti gba islam tó dẹ̀ wà nínú ahmadiyya kí là ń pè ní ahmadiyya ni ẹni tí ń ṣọpẹ́ ahamada mo dúpẹ́ ó yẹ yín nísìn ẹnikẹ́ni tó dúpẹ́ ẹni tó ń dúpẹ́ fúnra rẹ̀ ní ń dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run wọ́n lẹ́ni bá ń dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run òun ní ń dúpẹ́ fúnra rẹ̀ wọ́n ní ìsìn gbogbo ọjọ́ jímọ̀ ìjọ friday ẹ máa wò nínú tẹlifíṣọ̀n ní nàìjíríà ẹni tó bá ní starlight a máa wò ní amẹ́ríkà wọ́n ń wò ní russia wọ́n ń wò germany wọ́n ń wò japan wọ́n ń wò africa wọ́n ń wò gbogbo àgbáyé ni wọ́n ń wò wọ́n ní ìjọ wo ni wọ́n ń wò bẹ́ẹ̀ níjọ́ jímọ̀ wọ́n ní pẹ̀lú ògo ọlọ́run tó bá yẹ ní ìsìn pàápàá ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n máa wò ẹgbẹ́ lọ́n tóbi gbogbo wákàtí márààrún táǹkì yẹn lásùbà wọ́n máa wò àyílà wọ́n máa wò alazar wọ́n máa wò magrib wọ́n máa wò ìṣáì wọ́n máa wò.
So the signs of Allah have got fulfilled, like the sun rises, like the moon rises, like the stars are to be witnessed. So many signs of Allah which have got fulfilled in the favor of the Imam of the age, which was sent by Allah. A perfect servant of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who was his perfect master.
Allah Akbar.
All the prophecies which he made in his favor have got fulfilled. If you have not seen them before any Friday, come and witness it yourself. How through television this prophecy is fulfilled and the whole world sees it. What are you waiting for? Will you come and join Ahmadiyyat when everybody else has? The Holy Quran says, don't wait for that time. Those who join the truth when it is difficult to join the truth, they are the people with whom Allah is happy. Those who join the truth when everybody else has, they are like cattle, like animals, like herds. They must follow the shepherd wherever he leads. So don't wait till that time when the entire world has followed and the remaining people must willy-nilly join. They have no choice left. This is the time. We are making a great effort to make Islam victorious all over the world.
Allah Akbar.
We are working in America, we are working in Europe, in England, in Germany,
Takbira.
in Japan, in China, in Russia. Name a country and I'll show you there we are working to spread Islam. This is the time to join us. If you see a corpse being carried away, which is heavy, if you are true and honest, you try to put your shoulder under the corpse. This is not a corpse. This is the weight of Islam, the amana of Islam, which you are carrying with all our efforts and might. Will you stand aside in the corner and watch us doing this? Will you not join? Will you not put your shoulder under that heavy and most honorable weight? The message of Islam. So more people join, the quicker the message will spread. And this is my call, and there I rest my case and stop my speech. Already we are getting late. But what I have told you, I have done with all honesty. Here is a great Nigerian Muslim leader. He came here when he was not an Ahmadi. But God had blessed him with inner truth. God had blessed him with a pure and pious heart. He knew that if he became an Ahmadi, there will be great hostility among the people who bow to him when he goes to Nigeria. But he was blessed by God. He was granted a brave heart. When he saw the truth, he could not call it a lie. This is the sign of truth. Such people are needed to join Ahmadiyya, to announce to the whole world of the truth that has come from God. This is happening and nobody can stop it. So don't wait further. Pray to Allah, and if Allah opens up your heart, come and join, and let's go march forward to achieve the global, universal, final victory for Islam. Allah bless you.
Amen.
नाराए तकबीर
Allah.
नाराए तकबीर
tó wọ́n ní ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa kó gba ọlọ́run gbọ́ kó gba anabi muhammad gbọ́ nǹkan tí ń jẹ́ ahmadiyya ní ọpẹ́ láti máa ṣe ní kọ̀kọ̀ àti ní gbagba káwa náà tètè tẹ̀lé kó má dìgbà ọjọ́ ìṣòro kó tó di wípé èèyàn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa súnmọ́ ọlọ́run nígbà tí ó bá yá tí ìṣòro bá dé ẹ rí àwọn ẹni tí wọn ó máa súnmọ́ ọlọ́run ọlọ́run kò ní gbẹ̀bẹ̀ tàwọn yẹn ṣẹlẹ́ni tó ti ń sin ọlọ́run kí ìṣòro tó dé àwọn ni wọn ó wọ ilé ọlọ́run jẹ́ káà náà pẹ̀lú ẹni tí ó máa wọlé kóbìnrin kan ṣó béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ nítorí àsìkò. ẹ má bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Seli wa Nabi Karim.
Come to this.
I would like to ask you, sir. Looking around here, I want to find out if it is right for women to come out in the open like this to pray. Because when I go to the mosque on Friday at Kingsland Road, I don't see your ladies there. Only about 2 of them, myself and my daughter. So she used to ask me, where are these people? The men are downstairs, but we are here. There is nobody, only me and you and about 2 or 3. And looking around here now, I can't even see any ladies. Is it right for us to come out like this to do something?
I'll explain.
Assalamu alaikum.
nǹkan tí arábìnrin béèrè ni pé wọ́n ní ǹjẹ́ ó ṣàtọ́súnà ọkùnrin àtobìnrin kájọ wà mọ́sálásí kájọ máa kírun. wọ́n ní nítorí níbòmíì àwọn á rí àwọn ọkùnrin àtobìnrin wọn á kírun níbòmíì ọkùnrin nìkan làwọn máa rí tó máa kírun pé kí bàbá ṣàlàyé. níjọ́ jímọ̀ àwọn àti ọmọ tiwọn ló máa ń wà mọ́sálásí náà wọ́n béèrè pé kí ni ìdí ẹ̀ tí a fi ń rí àwọn tó kù láti wá máa kírun níjọ́ jímọ̀ on Friday.
Ahmadiyya is not a new religion. Ahmadiyya is Islam. Imam Mahdi came to rehabilitate Islam, not to create new laws. No one can create laws after Prophet Muhammad. He is the example for all times to come. We read in traditions, in hadith and in history, that Muslim gatherings whom he addressed were male gatherings. He addressed ladies separately, not mixed together. Because Islam wants to safeguard the chastity of women, to protect it from evil eyes. That is the reason why there is segregation, not because women are secondary, because women are more honorable. Men are not protected from women, but women are protected from men. You see? So it's a compliment to ladies, it's not the other way around, as the Western people say. So that is why Ahmadi ladies also attend the Jummah prayer and all other functions, but in different halls, watching us from television, but sharing everything with us. If you visit here on the next Friday, you will see this hall filled with ladies.
Yes.
Which is a bigger hall than the mosque. And mosque is for men. But every place where you say prayer becomes a mosque for Islam. This is a promise of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So then this hall becomes a mosque full of ladies. So ladies are not kept away from good things of life. Measures are taken to safeguard their chastity and honor. That is why you don't see them mixed up.
Good.
That is why we laid a separate table in honor of you. We did not ask you to sit mixed up with men. Please come, your honorable guests. Occupy this table among yourselves. Right? Thank you.
tó wọ́n ní nǹkan tí ó fa sábàbí ẹ̀ bí tèmi tí yín ti ṣe gbọ́ lálẹ́ ìfa ọ̀rọ̀ gùn ni pé obìnrin mú ní àmúmọ́ra jọkùnrin lọ ọkùnrin kò ní àmúmọ́ra tó obìnrin ìyẹn ló fa sábàbí tóbìnrin fi ń wà lọ́tọ̀ tọkùnrin fi ń wà lọ́tọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ wípé ń ṣe ni àṣepọ̀ ni ọkùnrin kò lámúmọ́ra tóbìnrin obìnrin ló lámúmọ́ra jọkùnrin lọ níwọ̀nba ṣókí mo rò pé ó ti yé gbogbo wa ju bí a ti ṣe sọ lọ ìyẹn ló fa sábàbí nínú tírà àkọ́tọ́ hadith náà ni tí anabi Muhammad ṣe wọ́n ní kí ló fà á tí obìnrin ò fi lè ṣe imam nígbà tí obìnrin mọ kéwú tó dẹ̀ mọ hadith kí ló fà á tí ò lè ṣe imam nítorí pé ńgbà tó bá ṣíwájú tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ṣe lùkù ọkùnrin míì kò lámúmọ́ra ìrìn àjá ẹni ìkejì ń bẹ ni pé obìnrin ó mọ kéwú ó lè ṣe hazan Allahu akbar Allahu akbar ashadu an la ilaha illallah ashadu anna muhammad rasulullah ṣe mọ̀ pé ọkùnrin ṣe tó bá jóbìnrin ló ṣe obìnrin ní fàṣà obìnrin ní ohùn tóbìnrin bá ṣe Allahu akbar Allahu akbar inú ọkùnrin á tó dùn so irun ọkùnrin yẹn ó tún lè já ìyẹn ló fà sábàbí then tí obìnrin tí ọkùnrin bá ṣe lè mọ́mù ọkùnrin jẹ́ imam ó ṣe Allahu akbar ó dẹ̀ rùkú gbogbo wa nísìnyí ọkàn wa balẹ̀ tóbìnrin bá ṣe Allahu akbar ọkùnrin ọkàn ẹ̀ kò ní í gba ibi irun mọ́ ibòmíì lọ́kàn ẹ̀ máa gbà ìyẹn ló fa sábàbí tí Ọlọ́run fi ní kí ọkùnrin kó máa bọ́ sẹ́gbẹ́ kan kóbìnrin kó máa bọ́ sẹ́gbẹ́ kan wọ́n ní ní mọ́sálásí níbí báyìí sìn wọ́n ní gbogbo asitúlẹ̀ láì wọ́n ní gbogbo jọ̀mọ́ ibi báyìí àwọn obìnrin women's ló wà níbí báyìí wọ́n ní ọ̀hún yẹn àwọn ọkùnrin ni wọ́n wà ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ní kì í ṣe pé ó burú láti pé ọkùnrin àtobìnrin kájọ kírun níní Ọlọ́run kan náà bí àníyàn wa bá papọ̀.
Yes, please. You wanted to say something? Yes. Yes, please.
They will tell first you.
Take it there.
It's not a question.
Okay, it's all right. Yes?
And what I want to ask is about some people believe in God. Some didn't believe. I believe in God.
Yes.
But what if I come and across of those who did not believe in God?
How can you know?
I know, I believe in God, but how can I explain to you, how can I convince them or confuse them about the Islam?
I'll tell you.
For other people?
Yeah.
Okay. Nǹkan tó bèrè ni pé òun gba Ọlọ́run gbọ́ tòun báwo ni òun ti ṣe lè máa pa ènìyàn láṣẹ láti gba Ọlọ́run gbọ́? Náà ìgbà Islam ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́nìyẹn gbàgbọ́.
You see, my question to you will be, why do you believe in God? If there is any reason why you believe in God, tell other people exactly the same reason. That's all.
You see? Wọ́n ní nǹkan tí wọ́n jẹ́ ìgbàgbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ṣe gbọ́ Ọlọ́run gbọ́ òun ni pé ṣe rí àpẹẹrẹ rẹ̀ ṣàlọ́rọ̀ kan ni pé nǹkan tí tá a bá lè ṣe nǹkan tí ń jẹ́ Islam nìyẹn gangan tí lè ń jẹ́ rímọ̀n ni pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe mí ló ń ṣe ẹ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ẹ́ ló ń ṣe mí. Oyè yín tẹ́yìn bá ti wà nú dáadáa kẹ́tìmọ̀ kẹfẹ́ ọmọlàkejì láti bọ́ sínú dáadáa tí ẹ̀yin bá rí pé ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó kẹ́tìmọ̀ kọ́ ọmọlàkejì ló wà ní ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó torí ẹ̀yin ti gbà pé ẹ̀yin ti di ẹni àlùjànnà ẹni tó dẹ̀ súnmọ́ yín yẹn ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó di ẹni àlùjànnà ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ máa dẹ bá sọ tó máa fi jọ̀rọ̀ ẹni àlùjànnà lẹ́ máa mọ̀ àti bá sọ.
Just a minute. I'll tell you one thing else. If you think that you believe but without clearly knowing any reason, but just you believe, and you cannot tell anybody else a reason powerfully enough to convince him. I agree with you, it happens. But in that case, turn to those people who believe not only powerfully, but who can express the reasons clearly, who can advocate the cause of the existence of God, and take help from them, and through their help try to convince others. In case of your friends, wait for a few weeks. A lecture which I delivered in Zurich University is about to be finalized and published. That lecture will contain many positive proofs of God's existence, inshallah. And even the most sophisticated, educated people, highly read in science, etc., will inshallah have to bow their head to the existence of God. So if you leave your address or if you keep your contact alive with us, the moment this book is published, inshallah, we will give you a few copies.
Good. Wọ́n ní àwọn ẹbẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé bí ẹ bá ti ṣe lè gbàyàn níyànjú mọ́ láti sin Ọlọ́run bẹ́yìn ti ṣe ń sin Ọlọ́run wọ́n ní bọ́lọ́run bá fún Ọlọ́run kó fún yín ṣe bọ́lọ́run bá ti fún yín ṣe gbogbo wọn náà ni wọ́n wàá ṣe é ṣe èní wọ́n ní ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ máa fún wọn ní àwọn nǹkan tí wọn ò ní fi gbàgbé wípé nǹkan tí ẹ bá wọn sọ rèé gẹ́gẹ́ bí àpẹẹrẹ wọ́n láwọn náà fún yín ní àwọn òwe kan gẹ́gẹ́ bó ti ṣe ń fún wa tọ́dẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn society tó kù náà pé àwọn ó fún wa ní àwọn òwe kan irú ìwé yẹn ń kọ́ ẹ máa mú fún àwọn ènìyàn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ Islam ni kò mọ bí wọ́n ti ṣe ń wẹ janabat tó dẹ̀ ń kírun ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ Islam òun ni kò mọ bó ti ń ṣe àlùwàlà àlùwòdóè they cannot know how to perform àlùwòdóè àlùwàlà so kíkọ́ ni olómi kò mọ gbólóhùn tá à ń wí fàníyàn olómi kò mọ àníyàn tá à ń dá àgbà tá a bá fẹ́ kírun àníyàn subuhi ni o ti suhuri ni o asiri ni o magrib ni o ìṣáì ni o olómi kò mọ kódà olómi kò mọ báwo la ti ṣe wẹ janabat olómi kò mọ báwo la ti ṣe wẹ hela táǹpẹ̀ ní haidọ̀ olómi kò mọ báwo la ti ṣe wẹ jẹ̀ bímọ àádẹ́jọ́ máa kóra pọ̀ mọ́sálásí àá máa kírun òótọ́ sẹ̀mí Allahu liman hamidahu gbogbo ẹni bá ti wà mọ́sálásí Ọlọ́run kó gbàdúrà wa kó lè gbà níyàn wa wọ́n ní gbogbo yẹn náà ni wọ́n kọ́ wa.
Yes, please.
2 more questions, Abi.
2 more.
Imam Muhammad Musa, he would like to ask it.
First. Microphone, huh? Let him have.
I like this.
The question I want to ask follows on from what our sister asked. I just want to take it a bit further.
Right.
I met someone about 3 days ago who said to me that there's no God. He's a Muslim. He's from Bangladesh.
He said there's no God.
Yeah, he was a Muslim from birth. He's about 55 years old, and he said for the past 5 years he doesn't believe there's God and he doesn't believe in the Muslim religion. And I asked him why. He gave me some reason. There are so many reasons, but one of them is one which is puzzling. It is that if there were to be God, why is there flood in Bangladesh? That is his own country where he comes from. And then why is God looking at what is happening in Bosnia when children are being massacred by a group of people? Why has God given those people power to go and commit all those atrocities in those countries? He went even further and said there are so many people suffering who are Muslims who haven't got enough money to eat, who haven't got enough money to sustain themselves in this world. He said, why do you believe? Why, can you tell me the reason why you think there's God? He doesn't really believe there's God. I tried to explain to him, because I didn't have his own belief, but I'm just passing the question to you, whether you can enlighten us as to what I can tell him, and that's it.
So, gẹ́gẹ́ bí lọ́yà ti ṣe wíṣẹ́ àwọn pé yìnbó lọ́yà ó ju tàwa ti Nàìjíríà lọ nǹkan tẹ́ mi ságbọ̀n bẹ̀ ni pé bó bá jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ń bẹ lóòótọ́ kí ló dé táwọn ènìyàn ìlú kan wà tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn èèyàn ń kú ní ikú túláàsì ikú omi àti pé kí ìyà ń jẹ àwọn kan tẹ́bi ń pa wọ́n pé ṣé kò sọ Ọlọ́run lọ́dọ̀ wọn ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́.
You see, this question is a very naive question.
Good.
Very simple. Somebody who doesn't understand the philosophy of life
Allah Akbar.
has raised this question. Like blind people ask, how can you walk around without striking against obstacles? It is a question from the blind naturally. My answer, I'll try to be brief. When I tell you, then it will give you a new light to answer such questions. God is not our servant, whom we should call when we need, and when He needs us, we reject Him. God is not our slave, to be used and rejected and abandoned when we don't need Him. The Holy Quran says, I listen to your prayer, but you also respond to my call, not otherwise. The Muslim world has practically abandoned God. You go to Bangladesh, they live practically a godless life. They indulge in all crimes all over the world in the Muslim world. They drink, they bribe, they rob the property of the poor people. They do whatever they can to anger God without caring. But when they suffer, they say, come God, help us. God is not a servant of anybody. So what is happening to the world of Islam is the doing of the Muslims themselves. And they are expecting things from God without having done anything for God. Why didn't God abandon Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah? Was there a God then and He's died now? This is the question. He was just one against the whole Arab. The entire might of Arabia was defeated by one man. Was it God or something else? So this is the answer. You can't solve this question by emotions. You can only solve this question by proper, mature wisdom. Thank you.
wọ́n ní gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́yìn náà ti ṣe mọ̀ nǹkan téèyàn bá da omi síwájú á tẹ̀lé tútù ìtumọ̀ ènìyàn tá a lè wí ìwà tí àwa ènìyàn náà ń fù ó pọ̀ ju nǹkan tí kò yẹ kójú má rí lọ ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn apá kejì wa náà sọ wípé àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan o àwọn apá kejì wa náà sọ wípé a bí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bàbá wò látara ọmọ láti ràn kínní dídé tí ràn kẹfà kẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń rí ènìyàn tọrọ ẹ̀ bá ń dayọ̀ bó bá ti ṣe sí báwọn òbí ẹ̀ bá ṣe sí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ ọmọ náà ṣe máa gbádùn sí tẹ́bádẹ́ ra àwọn olòmíì tó bá jẹ́ pé ṣe ni wọ́n wà lẹ́nu ìyà ó lè máa jọ òun ló jẹ́ ní ìyà àwọn òbí ẹ̀ ó ti fi wà á yà á lẹ̀ tóun náà wà ń forí kó ni ní ṣókí.
Yes, you see what they have missed is not God, but a servant. Yes, please. Please.
This question is related directly to the Ahmadiyya movement.
Right.
We have heard about many caliphs, many sheikhs in Ahmadiyya. Not until when our sheikh here, Sheikh Idris, informed us about this, our father, our sheikh sitting down here, that we know that there's a head sheikh. What is that? And which one shall we recognize as the head, as we have seen you this evening? So that Nabi Karim.
It's a good thing. Couldn't follow the question.
wọ́n ní nǹkan tí àwọn fẹ́ béèrè ni pé ṣéwù pọ̀ tààràtà káàkiri àgbáyé bó ti wà ní nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló wà ní amẹ́ríkà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló wà ní saudi arabia bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló wà ní nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló wà ní london bíi wọ́n ní kí ló wá dé tó fi jẹ́ wípé èmi tí mo jẹ́ ṣéwù Idris ti wá pé ṣéwù adradi Tahir Ahmad òun náà ni ṣéwù gbogbogbò kí ni ìdí ẹ̀ àti pé kí ni àpẹẹrẹ tí àwọn lè rí láti gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn wò bí wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé tí wọ́n bá ti ọ̀pá bọ́ hò nǹkan kan ajá ẹgbẹ́ lọ́run tóbi.
You see, a true leader in religion cannot be a self-styled leader. In democracy, leaders are chosen by the people. In religion, leaders are chosen by God. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ وَاللَّهُ ذُو الْفَضْلِ الْعَظِيمِ أَهُمْ يَقْسِمُونَ رَحْمَةَ رَبِّكَ So this is Allah's dressing. I haven't done anything to earn this.
Allahu Akbar.
tó wọ́n ní gbogbo wa ti gbọ́ àbí láti lè sọ ìyẹn ni pé bó bá ti ṣe wù Ọlọ́run òun ló ṣe ń ṣe nǹkan níjọ́ tí Ọlọ́run dá ìka wa ìyá wa àti bàbá wa ọjọ́ kan ṣo náà ni wọ́n bí àwa tá a dúró yìí ìjọ́ tí orí dé ìjọ́ náà lójú dé ìjọ́ náà nímú dé ìjọ́ náà lẹ́sẹ̀ dé ìjọ́ náà lápá dé ìjọ́ náà nìka dé àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ nínú àwọn ọ̀ka wa yìí ẹ wàá rí pé ìkan wa yọjú ìkan lọ ìjọ́ kan náà nọ́dẹ̀jọ́ bí wọn la ilaha so báàdùkún fọ́kábàdì daraja bí a bá ti ṣe pọ̀ tó yìí ẹnìkan ó gbọ́dọ̀ ju ẹnìkan lọ yutil ikma ma yasha ẹni Ọlọ́run bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ ní máa gbé ọlá fún wallahu sulfatil azim àdúrà tá à ń ṣe tá a fi ń di wòlíì Ọlọ́run bọ́lọ́run ò bá kọ́ pé kéèyàn jẹ́ wòlíì Ọlọ́run bó bá ń ṣàdúrà yẹn lọ́wọ́ ó lè ya wèrè àdúrà míì wà tó jẹ́ pé tí wọ́n bá ṣe tọ́lọ́run ò bá kọ́ kó di wàlíyì ó lè kú sínú ilé tó ń ṣe halwa sọyìn yìí sìn àdúrà míì sì wà tó jẹ́ pé tí Ọlọ́run ò bá kọ́ láti jẹ́ wòlíì Ọlọ́run tó bá ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ kò ní bọ́nú wàhálà tó máa rí òun yóò máa rí nǹkan gàgá yóò máa ṣí fún un yóò máa rí yóò máa gbọ́ yóò máa sọ àmọ́ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti súnmọ́ àmọ̀ pé nǹkan ti bá torí ẹni tó ń dé jẹjọ nǹkan tó ń lùlù fún òun rí ẹ̀yin tí Allahu Akbar nǹkan tó ń lùlù fẹ́ni tó ń jó òun rí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wo ẹni tó ń jó ẹ̀ rí nǹkan tí ó ń lùlù fẹ́ni tó ń jó gẹ́gẹ́ bí òwe ní àpẹẹrẹ èyí tó ń rẹ́rìn nǹkan tó ń palẹ́rìn ó kúkú rí fún rẹ̀ èyí tó kéré mọ́lẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í sáré lọ nǹkan tó yẹ gbalẹ̀ ó rí so ẹnikẹ́ni tá a bá pè ní wàlíyé Ọlọ́run yóò máa rí yóò máa gbọ́ yóò máa mọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba fúnra rẹ̀ náà nídẹ̀ fi ènìyàn ṣe bàbá ní kì í ṣe òun lòun fúnra òun ṣe ohun Ọlọ́run ló ṣe gbọ̀yàn òun síbẹ̀. takbira ẹ tún gbọ́dọ̀ tóbi.
The last question from him, and would you like to say a few words? Oh no, sorry. The lady, okay. One question from there, and the last from the lady. That will be all for the night. Is that right?
Yes.
I just had it. Let him.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, the question I got to ask is, I know I believe in God actually, but I know I believe in God, but I just don't know why I believe in God because my dad asked me that, yeah, this is the right thing you got to do, and I've been doing it, but I don't actually know why I'm doing it, and I believe in God, but I just don't know why I believe in God.
Good of you. Ọlọ́run gbogbo agbá wọn wí.
I think I should be able to answer this.
No.
Sorry, what does he say?
He said he believes in God, but he doesn't know why he should believe that.
Explain why.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
You see, the Holy Quran tells us that to believe in God is not the child of wisdom.
Allahu Akbar.
It is the child of deep nature in you.
Oh, they created.
The Holy Quran tells us that before anything was created, God created the nature of man, the spirit of man,
La ilaha illallah.
and inquired from him, Alastu bi rabbikum? Qalu bala. He inquired from them, am I not your Lord? And they all said, yes, you are. So this means this belief in God is deeply imprinted in nature. It is not the child of wisdom and thinking. It is something with which we are born. That is why the belief in God is universal, is everywhere.
So it means it can be explained or expressed.
You may not be able to explain, but the Holy Quran has already explained for you. It said because God made this imprinted in your cells, computerized in your DNA and RNA, the things you are made of.
Allah Akbar.
Yes, please.
tó nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé káwa náà wòye faliyansuru al-insana mimma ulika alakal insana min alaki Ọlọ́run ọba dá wa àwa tá a pa ń jẹ́ ènìyàn yìí olòmíì wọ́n ti fi wa mọ́tò títí ó wà lábẹ́ bàdí bàbá ẹ̀ olòmíì òòrùn ti pa títí lábẹ́ ẹ̀yìn bàbá ẹ̀ ńgbà tó yá bàbá ẹ̀ pọ̀ sára ìyá ẹ̀ látara bẹ̀ oyún dé látara oyún náà ń gbèrú látara gbígbèrú ó tún wá dáyé tán ó dá ojú fún wa ó détí fún wa ó dẹnu fún wa alọ́wọ́ a lè fi mú alétí a lè fi gbọ́ alójú a lè fi rí alẹ́nu a lè fi sọ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí wá dé àwa tún sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ dé fúnra ẹ̀ ojú rí amọ̀yà á pè amọ̀ bàbá á pè àwa dẹni tó ń dàgbà ọlọ́run yẹn ló wá yẹ káyìn pé ó ṣe náà àbóhùn kọ́ láti lè wí pé ọlọ́run ṣe òun náà ni pé ká gba ọlọ́run gbọ́ ẹni bá ti ń pé ọlọ́run ṣe òun náà ló gbọ́ ọlọ́run gbọ́ so yóò bá mi yẹ yín sìn láti lè gbà pé ọlọ́run ṣe òun náà ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti gbà wípé ọlọ́run ṣeun òun náà ẹni tó gba ọlọ́run gbọ́ ẹni tí ó fi ọlọ́run sílẹ̀ láti sìn láti gbé tóbi pé Allahu Akbar ó ti yé yín kó dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ọlọ́run alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin ẹni tó dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ọlọ́run òun lẹni tó gba ọlọ́run gbọ́ torí òun ló dá ẹ ó fún ẹ lójú òfin ríran tó lomi ó fọ̀ kalẹ̀ kò lè rí nǹkankan ó fún ẹ lẹ́sẹ̀ òfin rìn tó lomi kò lè rìn àwọn títí wọ́n dẹ̀ dàrú yẹn ó lè ṣeéṣe kí ìṣe pé wọ́n ṣe nǹkan kan fọlọ́run ọlọ́run bà tẹnìkan jẹ́ kí tẹni tó dáa bá lè ṣọpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ẹni títí ẹ bàjẹ́ ọlọ́run má bà tẹnìkan kan wá jẹ́.
Last from ladies, please.
Anyone?
Yes. Walsam, you come forward. Wait for this. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters in Islam. I am a real Muslim, and I was born in a Muslim house.
Right.
But what I want to say is, I went to Hajj in 1936. But when I went to Mecca, at Mecca Road, there is no single lady. Whenever we're going to the mosque, I mean, from the people of Mecca, you will never see single of them to go to the mosque. Then I called one man where we're living. The man has a shop downstairs of our house. I told him, why I didn't see any ladies of your country go to the mosque. The man told me that it's not necessary for the Muslim lady to go to the mosque. All right. But we in Nigeria, some of the people, we believe that there is only one God, and Prophet Muhammad is the only prophet for God. But without ladies to be giving someone lecture, to be telling someone lecture that this is the God, this is the way to pray, this is how to do, this is the way to go, I don't think they will really believe in God. Because most of the ladies, Muslim ladies born in Muslim house, they are joining Cherubim and Seraph, they are joining Celestial Church, they are joining all parts of Christian, which is not the right way. But whenever you see them and call them that, why do you go to the Christianity? They will tell you that, well, it's because I don't know what the Muslims are saying. The Holy Quran was written in Arabic and I don't know the meaning. But now, what most of the leaders of religion in Islam are doing in Nigeria is they are allowing ladies to be preaching in the telly, to be saying something in the radio, so that they will change the mind of those who are wrong, go to the wrong way. They will convert them back to the religion of Islam. Okay. Now, the religion of Islam, I know, is peace. But without this, without ladies to be singing or to be reading the Quran or to be saying something, most of the ladies did not join the Islam. They are running to the Christianity. Why is we Muslims in Nigeria are doing this? We're singing, we're reading the Quran. Why those people from Saudi Arabia are not singing? Because I never see a lady from Saudi Arabia singing since I was born in my life. I never see a lady reading the Holy Quran unless men. So I want to know the reason why. Because we in our As-Salatu Fa'o, we're doing all this so that all those who are gone to Christianity will go back to their formal religion. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. First of all, let me remind you that you are addressing your question to the wrong man. I am not from Saudi Arabia. I don't hold any respect for those people who have changed the faith of Allah. And this is a sign that they have changed the faith of Allah. Because at the time of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the ladies visited mosques. They went to the mosques. Even Rasulullah sallam's wives went to the mosque. They sat itikaf during Ramadan. So what kind of religion the Saudians have invented? They are only custodians of the holy places, but unfortunately they are not the custodians of Islam. You have seen it with your own eyes. So why should I answer for those whom I myself condemn as having done injustice to Islam? Islam is both for men and women. Islam admonishes that men and women be treated equally. And that is why wherever you go in Nigeria or in England, not only men visit the mosque but also ladies. Here during the 5 times prayers, ladies come and say their prayers here. Now this is true that it is not obligatory on ladies, but they are encouraged to come at the same time. It is not made essential because ladies have to give birth to children, have to look after the homes, they have to do so many other things. If God has made it necessary for ladies to go to the mosque 5 times, it will not be a justice to them. It will be a cruelty to them. So Islam has not made it essential for ladies to go to the mosque. This much is right. But Islam encourages ladies, welcomes them to come to the mosque. And that is what was done at the time of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is what is done in all Ahmadiyya places. So your question should be addressed to the Saudians, not to me. As far as the conversion, now the second part, as far as the conversion of Muslims to Christianity is concerned, it is the other way around with Ahmadiyyas. No Ahmadi is converted to Christianity, but we convert large populations of Christianity to Islam. Go visit Ghana, go visit Nigeria, go visit Sierra Leone and other places. Large number of Christians are being converted, and no money spent by rich Christian countries can prevent that happening. Their church, in world church reports have admitted that much. They say whatever we tried in Africa, we could not stop Ahmadiyya, winning converts from Muslims, Christians and pagans all alike. So this is the sign of our truth.
Ní àfikún gbogbo àná ọgbọ́n nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ, but láti support wọn ó wà very compulsory and necessary for father and mother to train their child about Islamic religion. So ní àti kékeré láti pa ẹ̀kan òrókò tó bá dàgbà apá ò ní ká. Àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká máa mú wọn lọ sílé kéwú gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn alásàlátù yìí ti ṣe ń ṣe, torí pé àrígbọ́ wípé àwọn ọmọ wọn láti kékeré ni wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ka kẹràtò rashida àti àwọn bagdadiya aluf ba ta za títí délẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi máa mọ alphabet number, tí wọ́n fi máa mọ alukoran láti ké. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ míì wọn ò ní mọ nǹkan yìí, nígbà tí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ dàgbà tán wọn ò ní mọ bọ́ ti ń kírun. Olòmíì wà ní àwọn tí kìtà ṣe lu òyìnbó nìkan náwọn alákọ̀wé náà Nàìjíríà wọn ò lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí. Olòmíì kò lè jókòó bá ti ṣe jókòó yẹn, a ní kò mọ lára rárá nígbà tí wọ́n fi kọ́ láti pilẹ̀. Ànábì dẹ̀ ní al-ilmun bisigar kanakshi ala al-hajar. ìmọ̀ tá a fi kékeré kọ́ ó dàbí nǹkan tá a gbé sára ìrókò sára àpáta so kò ní sí lára ẹ jẹ́ kí a kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa ní ẹ̀kọ́ láti kékeré kí àwa náà lè rí èrè wọn jẹ àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin kájọ máa sọ lọ́hùn lápapọ̀ kọ́lọ́hùn kó gbà fẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan wa tí wọ́n bá béèrè question yẹn tán àwọn bàbá fún wa ní àwọn nǹkan ẹ̀yẹ kan látara pé ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa tó bá fẹ́ rí wọn tàbó fẹ́ rí ìkan nínú ìjọ nínú society ẹ máa wá bí ní kọ̀ọ̀kan láti wá máa gbà oníkàlùkù àlà fíìlì fọ́ọ̀mù yẹn ń lé ẹ̀yin náà ti wà ní rẹ́gísítà nìyẹn then tó bá jẹ́ pé bíi 200 ló kù ni o àbí 500 èèyàn ni o so imam àti chairman wọn á wá sọ́dọ̀ alhaji tàbí what is her name tàbí wọn á wá sọ́dọ̀ wọn ń bí láti wá gba àwọn fọ́ọ̀mù yẹn ẹ ti di ẹni tí ó jẹ́ mẹ́mbà nìyẹn mẹ́mbà tá a wá wí yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ráyè láti máa wá bí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ní kinní lọ́wọ́ ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé ẹni tó ní id card kan lọ́wọ́ so nǹkan tó bá ti ń rú yín lójú nípa Islam ẹ máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn èní there are many books táwọn Ahmadiyya ti present ilẹ̀ wọ́n á lè máa fún yín láwọn òwe yẹn láti lè máa kà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwé Quran tàbí hadith tàbí àwọn oríṣiríṣi pamphlet ìwé tó wà fún wọn kọ́lọ́n kó gbà fún wa tá a bá ti ṣe tán ẹ máa wá bí ní kọ̀ọ̀kan then after that shall should be pray for us before we go.
The last question, not the least, is that one of the pillars of the Muslim is the performing the holy pilgrimage to Mecca. Now that there are a lot of differences between Ahmad and the people of Saudi Arabia, what effort are the Ahmad and Saudi Arabia are making to resolve the differences so that the Ahmad could perform the holy pilgrimage to Mecca? Can you explain to me?
Yes. You see, yes, explain translation.
Nǹkan tí chairman béèrè ni pé gbogbo wa mọ̀ wípé Nawaruddin ń lọ Mọ́kà Ansarudeen ń lọ Mọ́kà Sumratul Jaji ń lọ Mọ́kà kí ló dé tí ó jẹ́ pé àwọn Ahmadiyya wọn kì í lọ Mọ́kà tàbí kì í ṣe pé kò wọ́n lọ wọn gbà wọ́n lẹ́yìn láti lọ Mọ́kà wọ́n ní kí ni solution tá a lè ṣe sí tàbí tí àwa Muslim lè ṣe nípa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí mo rò pé òzòrò wa fún wa lésì ẹ̀.
You see, the people of the world only listen to worldly measures, not to the signs of truth. When Meccans forcibly stopped Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam walladhina ma'ahu from performing Hajj, what negotiation did he hold with them? What measures did he take? If you search history, you will find none. Not on this topic. This was left to God. What did God do? He turned the majority into minority and minority into majority. These are the ways of God. And that is the language which these people are going to listen later on. Listen to. Their honesty can be judged from the fact that they believe that Shiites are not Muslims. They believe that they are idolaters. They worship the earth of Karbala. When they bow to God, they put the earth before them. Saudians say that in so many words. They can't stop them from Hajj. Why not? Because they listen to the language of force and sword. They dare not do it. So when time would come, and time is coming fast, when Ahmadiyyat will become majority Jamaat, as it is happening in Africa today, I assure you, not to wait for the whole Africa. If today Nigeria becomes Ahmadi, Saudi Arabia will dare not stop us from doing that.
Yes. Kódà ní àfikún gbogbo àná tí gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ èmi gan tí mo wà ń bí yìí náà ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kẹrìndínlógún tí mo ń ṣe hajj umura mi nísìnyí ó dẹ̀ di 13 ọdọọdún mo dẹ̀ ń lọ wọn ò lè pè kéèyàn má lọ sí Mọ́kà so ìkórìíra ló sì wà nú ẹ̀ náà àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá ti ṣe béèrè yẹn wọ́n ní ọkọ ó sùpà ìyàwó ó yọ gẹ̀gẹ̀ àwọn méjèèjì ìjà ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ wọn ò dẹ̀ ń fọ̀rọ̀ búra wọn ṣó ti yé yín so wọ́n fi ń búra wọn àpèjúwe ni nígbà tí ìyàwó bá ti ṣe ọwọ́ báyìí sísàlẹ̀ ọkọ náà dẹ̀ ṣe báyìí ariwo ata so wọ́n fi ń búra wọn nìyẹn ṣe rí láàrin àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n fẹ́ kí Ahmadiyya tí Ọlọ́run ọba gbé dìde yìí wọ́n fẹ́ kó jẹ́ Arab ni ó ti wá ìpìlẹ̀ ẹni mò ń sọ fún wọn yẹn o they want Ahmadiyya society the leader of Ahmadiyya Arab want them to come from Arab but Ọlọ́run kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wá láti Pakistan nǹkan tó fa sábàbí nìyẹn because mo ka àwọn àdíìsì púpọ̀ níwọ̀nba ṣókí bí ó tiẹ̀ pọ̀ mo dẹ̀ tẹ̀lé àwọn àáfà ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé Ọlọ́run ní wallahu gayuru wa huwa su gairati God is also jealousy
Right.
owú ọba owú ni Ọlọ́run tó bá ní obìnrin kan jọ owú ó fi jọ Ọlọ́run ni nítorí Ọlọ́run fúnra ẹ̀ is jealousy God is also jealousy wa huwa gayuru wa huwa su gairati Arab want Ahmadiyya to come from them but Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ God has indeed do that so Ahmadiyya come from Pakistan or Indian you understand what I mean
Right, yes.
so that is the thing I think
This is jealousy.
So ìjà wọn ìjà ẹni tó sùpà lọ́kùnrin àtẹni tó yọ gẹ́gẹ́ lóbìnrin ni ńgbà tí ọkọ bá máa bú ìyàwó ẹ̀ ìyàwó á ṣe báyìí ọkọ náà dẹ̀ ṣe báyìí ìjà á dé so láàrin àwọn méjèèjì yẹn lọ́mọ ọmọ ti máa ṣe sẹ́tù ara wọn láàrin àwọn tí wọ́n á ní pé ashadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu.